Hello and welcome to Megawatt, where each week we give you the lowdown on the latest piece of kit from the world of technology and gadgets. This week we've gone snap happy and we're doing a full review of the Canon 40D. But is it any good, or should you just go full blast, go for the professional model and get the 40D? Stay tuned to find out, plus the usual array of news, reviews, tips, tricks and much more. Stay tuned. So, what do you get for the 450D? Well, it's a lens and body kit. So you get the body and then an 18 to 55mm lens as well. Now the lens has got image stabilizing, which is a new feature from Canon for the entry-level lens they've got here. And that basically means that you won't take blurry pictures, or certainly it will help you take less blurry pictures. On the back, there's all changed from the 400. So you've got a large 3-inch screen, which basically acts to give you all the details on what the shot is, how many pictures you've got left, etc. The movement of buttons sees the ISO shifted to the top, which is quite useful if you're trying to get a decent picture and playing around with the ISO settings, because that's very near the shutter button. And the biggest change is it now takes SD card instead of compact flash. On the megapixel count, you get 12 megapixels instead of 10 from the 400, and you also get the Digic 2 processor from Canon, which is in line with their professional range, and that's the 450D. Compared to the 450D, the 40D is a considerably more professional, bigger approach. It's magnesium alloy for the casing, so it's a bit tougher rather than a plastic from the 450. Plus, you only get the actual body itself in the box rather than a body and lens kit. And we're just using this at the moment with a 55 to 200 from Canon as well. Similarities, however, you get the 3-inch screen. You also get live view, which allows you to look at images via the main screen rather than the viewfinder. And in addition to that, you also have the same processor, the Digic 2 from Canon. Differences, however, seem to start appearing. There's a different a metering system with this. There's also 3200 ISO instead of just the 1600, and it's only 10 megapixels rather than 12. So, do the differences really make a difference? Let's go and try and take some pictures and see what we can find. Here's a neat little trick for printer users who've got a wireless network. If you have a wireless enabled printer, then you can actually print anywhere from the wireless network to the printer, and it's as easy as that. Now, we're going to show you how to set up a wireless printer with the HP PhotoSmart C8180. All you have to do is press the setup button, go to network, go to wireless setup wizard. It searches for the wireless networks, comes up with the options. Now this might be your network, it also might be your neighbour's or the neighbour's network, as wireless is pretty much everywhere now. Enter the password. We're now connected, we can print from anywhere as long as we're on the network, and it's as simple as that. One of the nice things is once you've taken a pic, you can then see a number of details. By pressing display, I can then get a histogram up to see how well I've taken it, and then further, I can then get the RGB values as well. Now both cameras do this, and it's really useful if you're trying to get the most out of your pictures. What is interesting is that the 40D also has a highlight setting, so it can pick out automatically as soon as you take the picture where you've overexposed or overcompensated for certain elements in the camera. Not that we have anything to feel inadequate about, but you know, we don't want to test a camera with a little piddly lens like this. So, thank you. We thought we'd get some big boy stuff in and see what it's like taking one of these being a pap. So, a 400mm fixed lens. It's got DO optics, diffractive optics. Set you back about £4,500, almost £5,000 in fact. But you know, hey, all in the good nature of testing a camera just for you. To give you an idea just how close I'm getting to the stadium in the background, we're going to put it on live view just to show you what's happening. As you can see, it's pretty close. Well, we've taken our snaps. Let's go back to the office to see what the pictures are really like. We love online shopping. You know, it's brilliant, isn't it? It saves you having to fight the high street, sit there, order stuff from your home, don't have to go out. It's brilliant, it's brilliant, it's brilliant. But this is what we hate, and this is what the whole point of the thing is, that we hate post and packing charges. I mean, why is it that when I've suddenly saved myself £5 on this price because I've got it online, because, you know, they haven't had to have a shop or anything, I then have to pay £8 if I want to get, like, delivered within the next year. And if I want it tomorrow, I've got to pay £16 or something stupid. And, you know, it's just really frustrating because you suddenly think that this bargain that you've managed to get has now evaporated. In fact, you're paying more than if you got off your fat ass and walked down to a local high street and bought it there. And that's why we hate the stealth tactics of P&P. So we've come back, we've got the cameras here, we've plugged them into our computer, we've downloaded them into Adobe Bridge. Now, those not aware of Adobe Bridge, basically it's a really good photo organising application for the Mac. It's also available for the PC as well. And basically it gives us all the information of the pictures, it gives us the camera actually details the metadata from the pictures itself. Now we've downloaded two and loaded them into Photoshop, so you just tell the difference. Now this is the shot that we took with the 450D. Now it's a very good picture. We're very, you know, pleased with the performance of the actual shot itself. However, based against the 40D, same shot, same lens, you can see that the contrast is considerably better. There's a lot more depth to the picture and detail within the rustling of the brushwood here compared to here. Now see that against another shot that we took. I'll show you on this screen. You can see again that the green on the grass is considerably more, it's got more contrast in it. Now all of these things are very easily fixed, and so it's not necessarily the bad thing on the camera. And that's a quick glance of how the 40D runs up against the 450D on image quality. So we've gone out, we've snapped, we've analysed, we've picked, we've detailed, but what do we actually think? Well, the 450 is a very good camera. It's very easy to use. We really like the 3-inch screen. Not really sure about the live view, don't think we'd use it. I prefer personally to take shots like this. But as an entry-level camera, it's very good. And if you're looking to get into the digital SLR market and you like the idea of Canon because you prefer Canon over Nikon or Pentax or Olympus, for example, then you won't go wrong. And it's got enough spec and tech to last you a long time, which is really good news. However, against the 450D, if you don't mind going for a slightly bigger model, as you can see, the screen size is the same, but the cameras, this one is slightly bigger. For the extra £80, the difference is you won't get a lens, but if you're upgrading, and this is where we think it's really important, if you're upgrading from a 300 or a 350, because you've had that for quite some time, you've already got a lens. It's, you know, something you don't really have to worry about getting another 18 to 55 lens for. And so, for the extra money, I think this is probably really worth it. The picture quality from our personal perspective and what we've seen so far is a lot better, there's a lot more contrasty, plus you get a lot more features. Okay, you don't get the extra 2 megapixels, so you're down to 10 rather than 12. But at this sort of size, this sort of game, I don't think you're really going to benefit from the extra 2 megapixels. And to be honest, the extra 2 megapixels mean bigger file sizes. It means you're probably going to have to go and buy another hard drive just to be able to keep and store all those images. It's a nice camera, it's really good, it's robust. So the verdict is, well, if you're about to enter the wonderful world of digital SLR photography, you can't go wrong with a Canon. The 450 is really nice, there's enough tech, there's enough spec to keep you going for a long time. If though you're upgrading from a 300 or 350 or looking just to get something that will last you even longer and give you more scope, then the 40D is our suggestion. So entry level, it takes very good pictures, you're upgrading, go for this. Hey, save the extra £70, you know, spend the extra £70, go for it, it's really good. Well, that's it for this week. Hope you've enjoyed the show. Why don't you tune in next time for more news, reviews, tips, tricks, opinions, and so much more. This is Megawatt TV. My name's Stuart Miles. Thanks for watching.